Hello friends, welcome to Deets with Dari. This video is going to be a brief description about moisturizers. To know more about the different types of moisturizers, we are going to see the basic structure of the skin. Let's start with the anatomy of the human skin. It is the largest organ of our body that acts as a barrier and by giving a boundary to protect our body from hazards of the outside world. Skin also produces immune response towards the invasion of external microorganisms. Let's look into the structure of the skin quickly. There are 3 layers that can give a structure to the skin. The first one is epidermis, followed by dermis, then hypodermis. Epidermis, which is also known as a protective layer, has a thin structural arrangement. This protective layer consists of outer layer with ridges of keratinized dead cells, numerous layers of living cube-shaped cells that divide rapidly, providing cells for the outer layer. Dermis is a thicker layer of skin which is protected by epidermis. This layer of skin consists of connective tissues, sebaceous gland, nerves, sweat glands, hair bulbs, hair follicles. Hypodermis is the inner layer consisting of adipose tissue and arteries and veins. Healthy versus damaged skin. Only if the outer structure, that is epidermis, is intact, humans have healthy skin. Disrupted epidermis leads to inflamed, dried, or eczema skin. Also, aging plays a main role here to have a healthy skin. As we age, the skin becomes thinner, loses its fat, and no longer looks smooth as it used to be. The skin makes a tough waterproof barrier. It's the oily sebum, which is secreted by the sebaceous gland, that gives this protective waterproof coating, without which our skin becomes cracked and dry. There are infinite number of substances that could disrupt this protective layer of the skin. You can easily research about these harmful products on internet. Here are a few that I would like to point out. Sodium lauryl sulfate, fluoride, propylene glycol, ethyl alcohol, isopropyl, and some mineral oils. Factors influencing the skin conditions. Body-dependent factors such as ethnicity, gender, age, skin type, lifestyle, BMI. Skin characteristics such as thickness, roughness, hydration, health, elasticity, sweating rate, sebum secretion. Factors that could penetrate through the skin. Water, allergen, microorganism, solvents, vapor, drug, cosmetic substances. These are few principal factors that influence human skin and cause possible consequences of dryness, eczema, or breakouts. Surfactants. Surfactants, which are also known as surface active agent, elicit irritant reaction when applied to the skin due to their ability to solubilize the lipid membranes. Most of the cleaners has surfactant. To be precise, they do not just remove dirt from the body but also draws out natural oil and sebum. Pathway of oil and sebum. Water and oil from the dermis travel outwards to the epidermis, and from where they get evaporated. Natural moisturizing factor, NMF. It is a naturally occurring humectant on the epidermis that protects the skin and keep it moisturized, healthy and smooth. NMF primarily contains amino acid. They are also made up of lactate, pyrrolidone carboxylic acid, urea, sugar and peptides. This naturally occurring NMF helps by attracting water on the skin. Also, decides what other elements can be allowed to penetrate the skin. Here are the things that could affect NMF: hormones, pollution, humidity, diet, stress, harsh cleaners, sun exposure, too much hydration, and aging. To maintain a good NMF in the body, one must follow few simple rules. Reducing the usage of skincare products which disrupts the NMF, for example, cleansers and exfoliators. Using additives-free natural ingredients as skincare products. Using other natural humectant like honey, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, etc., which will help draw additional moisture from the air to the skin. Using products with naturally occurring amino acids like rice, oats, wheat, and quinoa. A good extract from the above ingredients contains valuable amino acids like histidine and lysine, which are essential to increase the amino acids on the skin surface. Moisturizer. As we all know, moisturizers are cream or lotion that is used to prevent dry skin. Well, technically it improves the skin hydration and increases the moisture or water content in the epidermis layer of the skin. This is done by creating a barrier between our skin and the outside environment, including cold, dry air, hot burns that can further dry out the skin. Types of moisturizers. There are 3 forms of moisturizers: humectant, occlusives, and emollient. Let's now see the different nature of these moisturizers. Humectant. These are hydrophilic compounds that work by attracting water molecules from outer environment or from deep within the body by drawing them in, ultimately adding more water to the skin. For example, glycerin, hyaluronic acid, glycols. Emollients. These are lighter oil-based substance that helps filling in the gap between skin cells and replace the missing lipid, resulting in smooth and softer skin. Emollients contain large chain fatty acid. They also act as a protective layer. For example, jojoba oil, ceramide, most natural oils. Occlusives. These substances act as a seal on the skin's outer layer. They shield the skin by keeping toxins, pollutants, and other environmental aggressors out. They also prevent transepidermal water loss and seal in the moisture. Example: petroleum jelly, butters or waxes, lanolin, mineral oils. A good moisturizer must have all 3 forms: to repair the damaged barrier, draw moisture from skin or outer environment, and to seal the moisture in. Let's now see the difference between hydration and moisturizing. Hydration is the process of binding water into the skin. Hydration usually comes before moisturizing, whereas moisturizing is a process of preventing the water leaving the skin. Comparing moisturizer, lotions, and ointment. Lotions are semi-liquid substances that containing high water content, which works on the top layer of the skin. They don't penetrate the epidermis layer of the skin. The more content of water, the more they attract bacteria, and hence companies add preservative and other additives. These additives are more prone to irritate our skin. Moisturizers, on the other hand, is a cream based which brings moisture and vitamins or minerals to the skin, not just on the top outer layer. They penetrate deep inside the skin. Moisturizer also contains sealing agents like mineral oil to lock the moisture. Hence, moisturizers are more effective. Ointments. These are oily substances that are used for medical purposes and in cosmetics. It is highly oily and greasier. Here is a brief overview about some of the naturally available oils that can be used or included as an ingredient in any moisturizers. Coconut oil. Palmitic acid and myristic acid in coconut oil act as an anti-inflammatory content. Olive oil. The extra virgin form of olive oil contains most of the essential vitamins needed for the skin: vitamin A, D, E, and K. Olive oil suits best when you choose it to create an emulsion in soap making. This will keep the lay in the soap from drying out the skin. Sunflower oil. Oil extracted from sunflower seeds are rich in vitamin E that are easily absorbed by the skin. This doesn't cause any atopic dermatitis like other moisturizers. Shea butter. It is most versatile nut butter found in a solid form that acts as the best occlusive moisturizer. Jojoba oil. This precious oil acts as an anti-inflammatory compound and has wound healing property. Almond oil. One of the best nut oil that is rich in zinc, vitamin E, potassium, and proteins. This light textured oil has best use in cosmetics. Facial application has better results. Almond oil can also be allergic to sensitive skin. Grapeseed oil. Similar to almond oil, oil produced from grapeseed is a lighter texture and can be used on the face. With lots of fatty acids and vitamin E, grapeseed oil is rich in antioxidants and possesses antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. Rosehip seed oil, mainly used in natural anti-aging creams and moisturizers. Vitamin A, which is found in rosehip oil, helps in speed up any healing, prevent breakouts, and supports the skin immune system. Eczema and sunburn can be easily treated with this oil. Avocado oil. Possessing high carbohydrate content and oleic acid, avocado oil also contains monounsaturated fat, vitamin E, vitamin A, and vitamin D. The polyhydroxylate fatty alcohol in avocado oil heals the skin damage, tightens the skin, reduces the wrinkles. Back to coconut oil. I was very much interested to talk about coconut oil because it is one of the best among others. 90% of coconut oil is just saturated fat and about 9% is unsaturated fat. 50% of its total saturated fat is made up of lauric acid, which is a medium chain fatty acid with antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. Lauric acid is also an excellent emollient. As said earlier, coconut oil contains myristic acid and palmitic acid. Myristic acid has anti-inflammatory properties and they repair the damaged skin barrier or compromised skin. And palmitic acid creates a seal and acts as a strong protective layer. The polyphenols and phytonutrients are other two antioxidants found in coconut oil. These antioxidants supports the tissue by protecting them from harsh environmental chemicals. Let's now see how to make our own body cream or body butter at home. For this, we need half a cup of unrefined organic bee wax, 1 cup of unrefined organic shea butter, 1 cup of unrefined coconut oil, your choice of any fragrance oil and essential oil. I have used lavender and Arabian sandalwood for fragrance. If you have a double boiler, you can go ahead and use it. I don't have one, so I have used a pot and a bowl. Once the water in the pot is boiled, place the bowl and add in your bee wax. Once the bee wax is completely melted, I'm going to add my coconut oil and shea butter. Give it a stir occasionally. Let everything melt together. Once you feel you have a completely melted homogenized liquid, turn off the heat and let it cool down. You don't have to cool it completely because the butter and the oil tend to solidify. Once you feel the melted butter and oil is almost to the room temperature, you can add in your fragrance oil. This is completely optional. The fragrance in the oil or from the essential oil is going to mask the stale smell from the shea butter, which is natural for its kind. Mix well and pour it into a container. I prefer to store it in a glass jar, but using a plastic that is BPA free is also recommended. Homemade body cream or body butter is now ready to use. Hope you have liked this video. Thanks for watching and please share this among your friends. Thank you.